Hi, my name is Matt Edmondson and welcome to another Q&A session where I answer your e-commerce questions. And in this particular video, I'm looking at the question, what are the suggested products that could be sold online? What are the suggested products that could be sold online? Now, this is a critical question, right? For every e-commerce entrepreneur, what is it I should be selling online? Because here's the bottom line. If you do not have a problem, if you do not have a product that people are willing to buy, you really don't have a business. And it's as fundamental as that. You see, I could have a beautiful website. I could be like internet entrepreneur, marketing guru, genius, and getting 1 million people coming to that website. But if people don't want to buy the product, it's not really gonna fly, let me tell you. And there are a lot of websites out there that get a lot of traffic but sell very, very little product. It's one of the main complaints of people who start up an e-commerce business. How do I generate sales? I've got the traffic, but no one seems to be buying. What can I do? And so one of the questions you've got to ask yourself very early on is, what products do I sell that people want to buy? Because if I just put any old stuff on there, which, let's face it, is the most common strategy. Let's go to a cheap website that sells products like AliExpress or something like that. I'm going to get some product, I'm going to put it on a website, they'll drop ship it for me, I'll buy it for $1, I'll sell it for 10 bucks, I'll clean up, right? That's what everybody thinks, that's what everybody does, and it rarely works. You know, you can pay for traffic to come to your website, but they're not buying. Why are they not buying? Because they don't want to buy the product. It's the first thing we have to think about. So what do we do? How do we find good products to sell online? What are the suggested products, I think, is the question. Okay, so there are 4 questions that I always ask people when they talk to me about products they sell online. And the starting place, the first question I always ask is, what is it you already sell online, if anything, right? So for me, this is my website here, Jersey Beauty Company. We sell beauty products online. We sell these things. Skincare products, right? That's what we do. A good French skincare brand. We sell those on our website and we have done for a long time. So if I want to find other brands and other products to sell on our website, guess what I'm going to do? I'm first and foremost going to look in the beauty and skincare business, and I'm going to do market research. I'm going to go do some analysis. I'm going to go and see what's hot, what's trending. I'm going to go see what bestsellers are, what's new, what's innovative, all of that good stuff. I'm going to look at other categories like, so this is for the face. Maybe there's stuff for body that I can sell. Maybe there's stuff for feet or lips or makeup or something that's complementary to that. And so that's what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna go look at those various different avenues, all tied into what it is I already sell. Because that makes sense for me, it makes sense for my website, it makes sense for my customers. But that sounds all very simple and beautiful and wonderful, Matt, but what happens if I don't have a website already? What happens if I'm not already selling stuff? So the first question is, what do you sell already? If the answer is nothing, or you've exhausted that list, where do I go to next? So the second question I ask people is simply this: what is around you? What's around you? What's in your space, your immediate vicinity? Now, here's my challenge, right? I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to challenge yourself to go and find 40 to 50 products and that you could sell online. We don't need to answer any questions at this stage. We just want to brainstorm as many products as we can using these 4 questions, right? And so what do I have around me? So here on my desk, I have a couple of pens. Well, one's a fountain pen. I like fountain pens, old school, I appreciate that, but you know, why not? So fountain pens would go on my list. I have another pen here called Lamy. Now Lamy is it's an interesting pen brand, and I just like them as a company and as a brand. Don't know, I can give you a reason why. It's a long, complicated story which I won't bore you with, but I do actually quite like them. So could I sell those there around me? So that would be the second product on my list. Also on my desk, I have a broken Apple Watch. It costs a small fortune to repair it, so I've never really bothered to repair it. I must do something with it. But there are straps on this watch. It's broken. So could I do a repair service? That's what's around me. So there's the straps, there's a watch repair service. That's 2 more things to add on my list. I have adapters, because here I have a Mac, and Mac, Apple, bless them, changed all the adapters. So now I have to have adapters for this and adapters for that. Is that something that goes on my list? Do you see what I mean? So there's all this stuff around me that, like, within 2 feet, and I've already got 6 or 7 products that I could sell potentially on a website. They're just going down on my list. Okay, so what do you have around you? What products do you use on a daily basis? That's always a great question, you know, for those that are, they might not be around me right now, but when I get home, they may well be around me. What products have solved a problem for you that you use on a regular basis? So this adapter, for example, solved a big problem for me. Maybe this is something that I can go and sell to people who have problems like me, which are probably going to be quite a few if you've gone and bought one of these computers. So the third question, so question number 1, what is it you already sell? Question number 2, what is it you have around you? Question number 3, what are your hobbies? Now, I am a bit of a CrossFit fan. Don't worry, I'm not one of those fanatical CrossFit fans, but I do like CrossFit. Now, I am in my 40s, in my mid-40s, and I like to be fit and healthy, and I like to use CrossFit to get me fit and healthy. And so this is one of my hobbies. So today, this arrived. It's just some more products that I ordered. And in my order were some grips, some hand grips. What else have we got in here? I've got some wrist straps. Whoops. I've got some nubs, and I've got skipping rope, right? All pretty cool things. My hobby is CrossFit. Could I sell those products online? The stuff that I bought from a hobby, I like CrossFit, could I sell them? The good news is, if I did think that there was a market there, and could go and sell those, then I wouldn't have to buy them again in the future at retail. But that's another story. So there's another, whatever, 5 or 6 products that would be on my list. Okay, so we're looking for that big list. So what do you have around you? What are your hobbies? And finally, what do you know about, right? You have got a lot of information in your head. You have learned things that I've definitely not learned. And with the benefit of that knowledge, that life experience, you could sell products to me that are going to help me, because you know they will, right? So you take these products here, shout out, Vegetology. This is a company that's got a guy called Chris Smith involved. He's a pretty cool guy. Science geek though. Worked for a large company here in the UK for a little while, and he learned how to put, you know, products together like this, like multivitamins and omega supplements and things like that. But he learned how to put them together for vegans, and he thought, actually, I know about this stuff. I can create these products for vegans. This was a niche he got into a few years ago, and now he has a thriving business manufacturing supplements, because that's what he knew about. Now, if you take the, if you go back to my CrossFit example, you take CrossFit, for example. Now, I know about CrossFit. I don't know mega loads. I've been doing it for like 3 or 4 years, but there's stuff there that I know about, and I kind of think, well, like I said, I'm in my mid-40s, I know about CrossFit, I like it. It wouldn't be too complicated for me to go do a website that sells CrossFit products to people who are in their mid-40s looking to get fit and healthy, right? It just wouldn't. So that's the sort of the 4 questions. What is it you already sell? What's in front of you? What are your hobbies? And what do you know about? Go and get your list of 40 to 50 product ideas. You then want to take those product ideas and you're going to break them down. Let me show you how I would do this. So what you're looking for is something called, I call it the Jersey quadrant. Okay, forgive my really bad drawing and writing here. So this is the Jersey quadrant. Now, what we are looking for are 2 things. On this here, I'm going to write knowledge. And on this one, I'm going to write demand. Now, The key to any e-commerce website is obviously having products that are in demand, or if they're not in demand now, can I create demand, right? So we want to look at demand. How in demand, which is this vertical axis here, are the products, coupled with how much do I know about those products. Okay, so you take these for example. I know about them, the wrist straps. Granted, there are people that know more about them than me, but hey, not many of them are in their 40s. So I've got a product which I would say is high on. I've got a product which I would say is high on the knowledge factor here. What's the demand like? Well, I don't actually know. So that's something I'd go away and research. But could the grips be, or the straps rather, could they be somewhere around here? What about fountain pens? Again, I know actually very little about fountain pens, so they would be this side on the low knowledge side for me. Are they in demand? Well, of course they are. There's loads of them around the world, so they would be up here, right? That's where I put the fountain pens. What about this adapter? Again, I know very little about it. How in demand are they? Well, I assume they're fairly in demand because of Apple. So again, they're going to be this sort of quadrant here. And I'm going to go through my list and I'm going to make some guesses, right? I'm going to say there's going to be some here, there's going to be some here, maybe. And I'm going to go and plot out. Now, what you want to do is you then want to take all of the products in this quadrant here, and that is where you want to research, and you want to let the data help you rather than just going to AliExpress or whatever site and just plucking products out and hoping for the best. We're going to go away and we're going to do some research, because my experience tells me if you want to be successful online, you want products that are high in demand and stuff that you know about. If you've got those two things, you can create a dynamic e-commerce website. So I hope that's answered your question. If you would like to know more, the good news is I go into this in an awful lot more detail in an online course called eCommerce Mastery. You are more than welcome to find out more about that. Click the link below. I would love to see you in there. And we do, like I say, go into this an awful lot more. How to research products, how to find actual sales data, how to understand what the numbers are going to be. There's a whole lot of stuff to go through in terms of researching and understanding products and letting the data help you, rather than just doing this blind look thing. It's never great. But as long as you stick to products which are in high demand and that you know a lot about, and you think, actually, I can be pretty competitive here, I think you should be onto a winner. So I hope that's helpful. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.